another truly remarkable individual. He's not only taller than me, more handsome than me, but he's also smarter than me, and he's the founder of the Multicultural Apprenticeship Awards and CEO of Pathway Group. Everyone, please make some noise for Safaraz Ali.
Good evening, everybody. The gentleman that we've just seen on our screens is a true gentleman. He's a caring individual, and he's a parliamentarian. Yes, they are some. Absolutely. A gentleman that says what he means what he says, he delivers, and more importantly, he actually shows up. So I thank him for his kind words, for his work that he does, and much appreciate that. So if you can, just join in with me as a quick round of applause for Right Honourable Robert Halfon. I'm going to say something which I think is quite obvious. It's not easy getting into this room. You've seen the competition, you've seen the judges' video earlier on, and you've seen the calibre of the companies, the individuals, the organisations. And even though we've done this a few times, I think, if you wish, I think all the apprentices, all the finalists, need another round of applause. Absolutely. Well deserved. Our very first award, right at the beginning, was about people that support individuals, apprentices, the mentors, the workplace coaches. And we all need that pastoral care. We all need champions. We all need individuals that egg us on. So we've got parents in the room, we've got family members, we've got colleagues. And you're all here because of somebody or an individual. And all of you, I think, need a round of applause as well, because you are the champions, you are the change makers. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've said it a few times, but we've been doing this now for 8 years. 8 years. 2016, when the first awards came out, to now. A lot has changed, and there's some things which have stayed the same. We're absolutely steadfast in our views that the cornerstone of apprenticeship growth is via apprenticeships themselves, by apprentices themselves. We need these individuals to be role models. We need to give them that opportunity to speak up, give them that opportunity to actually lead the way. Because it's these apprentices that are going to be future, they're going to be the ones that are going to be saying, we're the first in our family to become an apprentice. I've been saying that for 20 years, and there's many of you who've been probably saying this similar word, that we're the first in our family, I'm the first in my family to do a degree, to go to university. And until we get to a point where we're very comfortable with people saying we're the first, or I'm the first in my family to become an apprentice, we've got a lot of work to do. So that's the first thing. I have a Christmas wish list that I'm going to go through at the end, but that's my first, to get to the position where we can say, I'm the first in my family, and that's a common thing for all of us to say. Kasim said earlier on that he doesn't want to go through the numbers of people that have actually applied because he doesn't want to bore you. But I think the numbers are important. There's more than 400 people who've applied, 450 nominations. We've got 130 finalists in the room. Massive amount. "40 fantastic businesses." It's these businesses that make great apprentices, and in turn the great apprentices make these great businesses. We've got fantastic 40 employers, 40 businesses. We've got 14 learning providers and 6 universities as well. I think absolutely fantastic. Round of applause, please, if you can. when I talk to friends around the room, everyone says, or a lot of people say, not everyone says, but there's a few say that these are the best awards that we go to. Yes? Yes, we do our razzmatazz. We put up a show, but it's not just the razzmatazz. It's all these different ingredients, and it's all these little ingredients that make up the show, the program. And part of that ingredient is the fact that we've got diversity in the room because we've got everybody from all four corners of this beautiful country of ours in this room here. Whether it's the northeast, northwest, we've got a representation in the room here. The other thing that you'll notice is we've got all sectors covered. So if you look at the Financial Times at the back end, you've got all these industries and all these sectors, and most sectors are covered here. So most industries and most sectors are also covered. That's, I think, another fantastic round of applause if you can, please. And then the final thing is the size of businesses, the micro businesses, the small businesses, the medium-sized businesses, the large macro businesses, and the international businesses. You're all in the room and you're all deserving. I think that's another round of applause, if I may. In those 8 years, there's a lot has changed, as well as, obviously, we're steadfast in our rules. There's a lot that has changed. We changed our name last year to the Multicultural Apprenticeship Awards, Multicultural Apprenticeship Alliance. And language evolves. I love the English language. I'm not as good as the poet earlier on, but I'm fascinated by the English language and how the language evolves over the years. And this word, multiculturalism, multicultural, is not a new word. You know, we've been talking about multicultural Britain for many, many years, 20, 30, 40 years, and it dips in and out of common vocabulary. And there's a tool that I've become familiar with, which is Google keywords, Google Trends, and gives you an idea of the use of language. I'll give you an example, if I may. The word equality at the moment is slightly out of favor, but equity we keep talking about in our industry now. Everybody talks about equity. So equality is what we used to talk about a few years back, but now equity. Again, the language BME evolved to BAME. BAME was a word that some of them weren't aware of. We used to talk about ethnic minorities, we used to talk about BME, then BAME. And multicultural is a word that now is in common foray now, common use within our sector, within the culture. And there's a report a few years ago, 2 years ago now, a Sewell report, which talked about the BAME word is unhelpful, if I can get my words right, unhelpful, which we partly agreed with. And we said multicultural is a more celebratory word, it's a more positive word, and BAME is a more of a descriptor. So multiculturalism is a positive, celebratory word. And a few weeks ago, I was a little bit shocked when we started hearing that multiculturalism has failed. And I'm going to ask yourself, do you believe that multiculturalism has failed when you look at the people in the room? No. There may be some people here, but multiculturalism hasn't failed because of what we've got in the room. My close friend and mentor, Dame Asha Kemker, wrote a book which basically is titled India Made Me and Britain Enabled Me. And that book touches at the heart of that, what we're about. This country gives opportunities. Some of you may not believe the fact that I've lived 50 years now. I was born and bred in Birmingham, and we talked a lot about Birmingham, and very proud of our city, but we're very proud of our country. And our parents, my parents, I've got my brothers on the other side as well, said you've got to be an asset to whatever community you're part of, whatever society you're part of, whatever group you belong. Whether that's your school, whether that's your college, whether that's your local community, whether it's a cricket club, your workplace, you've got to be an asset, you've got to be seen as an asset, and that goes for the country itself. I regard myself as an asset, and I want to teach the same to my children, to everybody else, that we need to be an asset, and we need to look at it from that perspective. Both my parents have passed away now, but that is something that, is knee-deep in us. So when you talk about multiculturalism has failed, and we're living and breathing this country, because this country is above and beyond anything else, and you find the fact that patriotism is something that is within the ethnic minority community, within the immigration community, the most patriotic people ever. And the individuals themselves will regard themselves as British first. Whether it's British Asian, British Muslim, British Pakistani, British Indian, you're always British first. And I'll say that proudly. The fact that those individuals, who are patriotic, who are an asset to the nation, don't regard themselves as failures, don't regard themselves as liabilities, because failure is a liability. If you say multiculturalism has failed, then it's a liability. And I'm not trying to make any political points here, but there's individuals here that we need to support. We need to talk about leveling up. We need to promote. And again, I'm trying to stay away from anything too sort of political here, but I think that's something that we should all openly, proudly state without any party politics or any party colour. I think that's something that we should all celebrate. And if you agree with me again, a quick round of applause for that point. So times have changed. Some things remain. I want to get to a position, and I hope we can all get to a position where people do say, I'm the first in my family who's an apprentice. We come to a position where people think about apprenticeships as a first choice, not as a second choice. It's an alternative, it's the first choice, and should be regarded as an even thing with a university degree or any other option. There is lack of career advice here. We've been talking about that for years. Particularly our sector, we've been talking about lack of advice, lack of guidance. That's nothing new. There's a lot of things that we can talk about, but this isn't the forum at this moment in time. But I just thought I'd put those nuggets of thoughts out there, the fact that we can all do certain things, we can all contribute in our own way. I want to move on, if I can, to the next section, which is, again, our celebratory section, and talk about an overall contribution to Apprenticeships Award. I'm going to ask my dear friend, mentor, Dame Asha Kemker, to come up and help me present this award. Please give a round of applause for Dame Asha Kemker.
Good evening. It's so wonderful to see you all here. You are looking so gorgeous. Seeing those apprentices and employers coming on the stage and receiving with pride what they deserve, what they have earned. It's been a night of pleasure, delight, and excitement. Before I open the envelope and announce this very worthy award, I would like to say a few words. I'm paying my tribute to the gentleman next to me, Safaraz Ali, for his visionary leadership, and congratulate his talented team who have put this showcase tonight for us to enjoy and celebrate what we have seen this evening, the range, the diversity, the spectrum, is unbelievable. You know, Safaraz and everybody said, this event's been going on for the last 8 years, and it's been going from strength to strength every year. This evening, I have seen something special, something extraordinary. The quality of the awards, the quality and the range of the sectors presented here. Also, it's music to my ears seeing universities are at last waking up to the fact that apprentices and apprenticeship agenda is important. I pay my salute to each and every one of you here, whether you are an employer, a learning provider, a parent, a colleague, a friend, or actual apprentices. Well done. Many, many congratulations. And now,
Before Dame Masha opens our envelope, I just want to say thank you so much, Dame. Really appreciate your support. Thank you for coming today. Some of you may not know, Dame Masha Kemker was the first recipient of this award back in 2016, which was the overall contribution to apprenticeships. And it's with her guidance, alongside many others who have actually given us the opportunity to be here. So please, another big round of applause, please.
as the proud winner, the first winner of this very worthy award, I'm delighted and thrilled to announce the winner for the overall contribution to the apprenticeship is the individual winner, and I can probably call him a dear friend as well, because we have probably known each other for a long, long period. Graham Hastings Evans from Enso.
Thank you for this. I'm totally taken aback, but I was an engineering apprentice. I did 7 years to get my qualification many, many years ago. So a lot of you got a lot of awards today, some great young people. I hope you all turn into the apprenticeship champions and managers of the next 10, 20 years. Thank you very much.